Howdy everybody, Efour here, and welcome back to the channel for Season 1, Episode 6 of our FIFA 23 Youth Academy only save. Now, in the last episode, you guys saw us sign 3 new starters to our first team, and I am so excited to check these boys out. Today, we take on Oxford United in the FA Cup, and based on their positioning and how their season's going, we might have a chance of sneaking through into the next round of the FA Cup, which would be massive because that is one of our board objectives. So let's see if we can get it done, and let's dive in. We are in the month of December for this episode, and we are speeding along in this save, already through the first half of the first season. Again, we take on Oxford United, as you can see right here today. We take them on in the FA Cup, and I'm going to throw it up on the screen right now. They are one league above us and in a relegation battle. So if there's ever a chance for us to get through and make it to the next round of the FA Cup, today is that chance. We got to make the most of it, but I'm not going to hold my breath. We've lost against worse opposition, and you guys have seen my terrible play, lose us many games already, so I'm hoping we can get out of there with a win, but we're just going to have to wait and see. After that Oxford United game, we'll be playing the 5 league games, but I'm excited for this Oxford United game today because you guys are going to get to look at the 3 new Youth Academy boys that we just signed into the starting 11 along with me. This is my first look at them and your first look at them, so let's go check out the team. Headed into this game against Oxford United in the FA Cup, we take in this starting 11. Ibrahim in goal, a back 4 of Anderson, Hyde, Guest, and Bennett. A midfield pairing of Conway and Wilkes, an attacking 3 of Cameron, Ambrose, and Bernard, and up top we have new boy Cabral. Now, I forgot to mention that Bennett is also a new boy at right back and a new starting left back, Anderson. Very excited about both of them, specifically Anderson, as he was valued at $700,000 and has a good little bit of potential. And Cabral, so excited about him with that pace and just his balance. I mean, shooting, passing, dribbling, and physicals are all very well-rounded and pretty darn good for being 17 years old. And so I'm excited to see him at striker. We are moving him from left back to striker. If you missed that, go check it out in the last episode. You guys should be watching these episodes so you guys can stay up to date, along with us moving Cameron and Bernard into the starting 11 and dropping Arnold down to the bench. On the bench, we do have Andrade, Barker, Rice, Anderson, the aforementioned Arnold, Lewis, and Benson. Yes, Benson has been playing awesome for us, but again, I want to get these young guys in. I want to give them a shot. He can come off the bench along with Arnold. I don't know. First game of using Bernard, first game of using Bennett, first game using Anderson and Cabral. We'll see how it goes. It's also one of our first games without Arnold on the left and moving Cameron out there, but with his pace, I feel like he's going to be able to do something for us. And Bernard has 58 shooting, a very good finisher. We'll see if he can get into some dangerous positions, but let's get into this game and see if we can progress in the FA Cup. And here we go. Cabral wearing number 2, which is just funny. We may switch the numbers around, but I kind of like the randomness of it. That's what we did last season. I never changed them. We just kind of left them at what they came into the team with, and it turned out to be interesting. But they're already moving in. Okay, we got to be careful. They do play a league above us in EFL League 1, but as we mentioned, they are sitting at the, not the bottom, but they're in a relegation battle in League 1. Okay, we get a foot in there. Cameron running down this wing with his pace. I need Cabral to make a run. I don't know what his attacking work rate is. I would need to check. And he's going over, tried to go over the top to Ambrose, but was unable to get the ball through. And Oxford turn around. Now, here is Anderson, new boy at left back. And again, oh, what a play from him. Okay, he's strong at least. They do maintain possession, but he has some strength, which I really like because most of our defenders have been bodied off the ball. We get a foot in, and as we've seen so many times, we aren't rewarded for the interception. Fortunately for us, Ibrahim makes a save, and Cameron, come on, Cameron, can't use his speed to get around and is bodied off. Guest is in, trying to just play the ball out, and oh my gosh, oh man. You guys have seen it so many times already, but you can make all the interceptions in the world and they just win possession back. Maybe that's legendary difficulty, maybe that's our team being terrible, but goodness gracious, is it frustrating, and we're already down 1-0. Oxford United moving into our half already, and we're in a bad spot here. And they're going to score again, aren't they? Great save by Ibrahim. Now, Ibrahim struggled very badly early on, but in the past couple episodes, he's been doing a better job, not giving away nearly as many just easy, terrible goals. We got Bernard backside, and he's not running. I need you to run, Bernard. Ambrose is just going to carry this in all the way by himself. And can we make something happen? Tried to go to Cabral. It does not come off. They intercept. That was an opportunity wasted there. And like that, they get a foot in, and guess where it falls? To them. We get a foot in, and it goes to them. They really just get all the good bounces. Oh, so frustrating. I feel like that's something that FIFA really, or EA Sports really needs to look at addressing in an update. That comes off the post. Okay, we get it out. Run down, Anderson. We need someone to run. There's Cabral, and he gets around one. Can he get it down the wing to Bernard? He can, and Bernard is not dispossessed. Conway to Cameron. Oh, and it's a good foot in from them. Trying to press with Cabral. New boy on the pitch, and I'm very excited about him. Oh, man, in that pace, he is going to be dangerous once we can start developing some of his attacking play. And there's Cameron, and it's saved by the keeper out for a corner. All right, here we go. I've been fairly impressed with our new boys thus far. We just got to really figure it out and try and get a goal. I did check and get in. Cameron's in, and Cameron's in, and there it is. Hit him with the dead fish. I stopped speaking mid-sentence. What I was saying is I checked Cabral's attacking work rate, and it is a medium, but it doesn't matter because we got a goal back. It's 1-1. And it was a great play. Wilkes just passed it across, and we saw the run in, and Cameron finished it. Already paying off starting on that left wing. Let's see if we can hold on and find another goal to get ahead. Oh, man, and Bennett is dispossessed badly there. They're in here, and, oh, Guest is run right around, and that's just so bad from me. Literally an immediate response. We score and let them run right back down and get a goal, and, oh, my gosh, I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. This season has been long already, and we're only halfway through. Oh, that was so poor for me with Guest. Just running right past him, gifting him the goal. And now we got to find another equalizer. Oxford United, again, pushing it into our half here. Trying to chase back. Wilkes does get in the way, but we're unable to keep possession. That car coming down my street is very loud. I do apologize about that. Guest is there. Gets it up. And Cabral's pass to Ambrose was poor. I was trying to do a little flick on, but it goes right to the defender. And they're in again. Can we actually play some defense? Our defense is atrocious. And if you remember from last season, anyone who was here in the last series knows that defense is what we struggled with most to save last time. It took us a while to get it figured out. We finally did, but oh man, these early seasons are rough. We're going to get the halftime whistle here. They're not going to give us a rush, I'm sure. There it is, halftime whistle. We're down 2-1. This is still a game. We're still in it. But man, got to play better defensively, and we have to find a goal. And I don't know if I ever finished my thought, but Cabral's attacking work rate is a medium, which isn't terrible for a defender. So when he switches to striker, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, it will move up to a high attacking work rate. And here he is on the ball, playing it down the wing to Cameron, but it is cut out. And we're put on our heels yet again. But again, I feel good about Cabral. I really do. It's just going to take him some time to settle into that role. Okay, Bernard, new boy. And, okay, doesn't have the most pace, but does skip around one. Here is Ambrose playing it down to Bernard. Get him back post. Can we get there? And we're unable to. Wilkes will get up to that. And, oh, we can't win it. Come on. Hyde can't get there either. And they maintain possession. Our attack is thwarted as they look to spark a counterattack. We have new boy Anderson chasing back and wins it again. And then loses it immediately. I was about to say he's been doing so well, and he really has. He's been a pleasure to use thus far. Hyde gets a foot in. Just get the ball out, and oh my gosh, I could scream. You better save that, Ibrahim. Okay, goodness gracious. We make the interception, and again, it falls to them, but we're not made to pay this time. Got Wilkes running down this left wing, has no support, and can we get that ball in? Cabral to Ambrose. Can Ambrose finish it? And oh, Ambrose, no, it's so poor. Is that going to be our throw? It is our throw. And oh, we're doing well. We're getting into the right positions. I want this to go to Conway, and he's going to rip this. Can he make it happen? He can't, and it's out for a goal kick. Just making 2 subs at this point. Anderson comes on for Wilkes, and Arnold comes on for Cameron. Cameron and Wilkes are both pretty darn tired, and so we're going to bring these boys on for some freshness in the center of the park. Or not center, I guess. Anderson's in the center, but Arnold's out on the wing. Cameron's done a good job and got the goal, the only goal we've scored this game, but we need some freshness. We got to find an attacking spark, and I know Arnold can offer that. So these two come on. Let's see if we can find that goal. Here we are, already on the front foot, and Bernard's pass is picked off. I was trying to see if he could feather it through. Wasn't able to. He could not feather it through, and Bennett makes another interception. He's been in a lot of great defensive positioning. All right, here is Bernard. Can we make something happen? Gets it to Ambrose. Oh, and I didn't make a good play. We got what's-his-face, and there's Arnold, and I'm just too slow. Too darn slow. Needed to be more decisive and incisive in that moment, and we weren't. Conway gets a block, but of course it falls to the opposition. And I really am enjoying this game and this save, but man, it is getting so frustrating, and there it is. We're down 3-1. We are going to make some further subs, but oh man, this is a game that I feel like we could have won, and we have just played so poorly. So this is what we're doing, bringing Benson on up top. Anderson slides up to center attacking mid as Rice comes on. My dumb controller messes up again, and then Barker is coming on for Hyde because Hyde is tired, and we got to rest some guys for the next games in the league. Again, such a disappointing result, but it is what it is. Let's see if we can maybe try and get a consolation goal back. We got Arnold running in down the left wing here, and again, no one is forward in the box. Can we... Okay, get there, Arnold. He doesn't chase the deflection, and they maintain possession. They're still up by 2 with 10 minutes left. Anderson gets a foot in, and again, doesn't come away with the ball. Oh, man, that is quickly becoming very irritating. We just need to manage our expectations. When we get a foot in, we're not going to get the ball. We have to really make sure we get the ball, and man, again, it's just, that's killing me. We're making decent defensive plays and just not keeping the ball, and that's a poor pass maybe? Nope. Anderson gets in and gives the ball away immediately, runs right into a defender. And it hasn't been a terrible day. We got a debut game for the 3 new boys. Oh, terrible pass from Anderson. We've seen us get burnt like this a lot, and Ibrahim is going to grab that. But Cabral getting a debut up top. Anderson at left back. I think his name is Bennett at right back, if I remember correctly. And Rice can't get there. Oh, what a frustrating game. I really felt like we could maybe make something happen. And, okay, Arnold gets a foot in there. Come on. There's the final whistle. The Oxford United fans go wild. And we're bounced from the FA Cup 3-1. And considering that they're about to get knocked down into this league next season from the league above, that doesn't make me feel too confident. I know we're an inconsistent team, but oh man, we got to figure this out. We got to figure out how to win the ball. We get our feet into intercepting positions and block passes so much, and we just don't come away with it. So disappointing. Cameron scored our only goal, and again, Cabral up top looked pretty decent. We also had Anderson and Bennett in at the wing-back positions, and they honestly felt really good in this game. I enjoyed using them despite us giving up 3 goals, but as you can see there, I mean, we had 2 interceptions there, and just both fell back to them. Oh, man. We got to figure this out. We're going to go take a look at the league table before we hop into the highlights. So we are in the same place that we left off at the end of last episode. 15th position, 24 points, 7 wins, 3 draws, and 9 losses. Isn't terrible. It's not great, but it's not the worst ever, I guess. I don't know. Trying to find positives is sometimes hard. One positive, we've scored 31 goals, which is the second most in the league. Now, the flip side of that is that we've shipped 40 goals, which is 6 more than second place or second worst. We have the worst defense. We got to figure it out. I want to bring up some of our young goalkeepers, one of the young goalkeepers, and start them, but I'm nervous that if I do that, because we let in so many goals, that their potential is just going to tank because they're going to have a poor season. I guess with Smith in last year's rebuild or save, whatever I'm trying to say, like this, I guess we did the same thing with him. We got him actually in the very first episode and immediately made him our starter, and we gave up a lot of goals, and he still developed into an 85 overall goalkeeper, so maybe I'll just go ahead and pull the trigger. I'll have to think about that a little bit more, but for now, we're going to hop into these highlights. We take on Carlisle United, who sit in 12th, up first. 3 points ahead of us. A win here would be massive because up into 7th is a 4-point gap. So a win here would put us on 27 points and keep us in the conversation to finish in the top half of this league, which is our goal. So let's see if we can make it happen and get into those highlights. And due to fatigue, we rotate in Benson, Lewis, Lawrence, and Dyer for the Carlisle United game. And in the 11th minute, Guest gets into great defensive position, and to no one's surprise, he doesn't maintain possession, enabling Carlisle to get into the 18-yard box, find the open man, and grab the opener 1-0. And in the 78th minute, after being unable to find a breakthrough, we allowed Carlisle to bully our defenders and score a goal to double their lead 2-0. We end up losing 2-0, and we have to figure out our defense because it is imploding our season. The loss sees us in 15th position now, 7 points behind 8th position in the table. Up next is Tramia Rovers, who sit in 23rd, and this is an opportunity to fix our slump in form. With everyone fully fit, we take in our starting 11 against Tranmere. And inside 15 minutes, we let Tranmere in and didn't close down as they take the lead 1-0. Our defensive woes continue in the 68th minute as they pass through us with ease and smash another past Ibrahim to make it 2-0. And just 7 minutes later, Tranmere had a corner that they played in as if playing against 12-year-olds, and Ibrahim had a howler as he let the goal in near post, 3-0. And it's 3 losses in a row as we are thumped 3-0 by a team that is at the bottom of the league, and something's got to give. So I decided to do a 4-4-2 formation to see if it helps us gain more defensive stability. But the loss to Tranmere drops us down to 17th in the league, and our good standing in the league is fading fast. Up next, we take on 4th in the table, Grimsby Town, and my hopes for a victory today are very thin. And considering we can't buy a win and we have nothing to lose, we try out the 4-4-2 against Grimsby, dropping Conway to bring Benson on as the second striker. And with the rain coming down at Frank Baker Stadium, it took us all of 6 minutes to find the opener as Benson played in Cabral, who fired home his first professional goal to give us the lead 1-0. We held the lead for 40 minutes before being broken down as they found their equalizer 1-1. And in the 84th minute, Grimsby had a free kick from a dangerous area, and their man stepped up to place it perfectly off the post in the top left corner to take the lead 2-1. We lose the game against Grimsby 2-1, which is disappointing, but I did enjoy how the 4-4-2 played, so we'll stick with it to see if we can turn things around. The loss drops us 2 more spots into 19th, and we are plummeting down the table. But up next is Colchester in 17th, and again, this is a chance to grab a win, and we need to make it happen. I decide to go ahead and call up our Youth Academy keeper, Peter Harris, as I figure Ibrahim is terrible anyways. Might as well go with the 16-year-old to get him some game time and develop. And he immediately becomes our starter, being 6 years younger than Ibrahim and only 4 overall worse. We use the 4-4-2 again with Harris starting in net, as I just mentioned. And for the first time in what feels like ages, we take the lead as Cabral runs down the left, finding a pass to the middle to Cameron, who sends Benson through, and making no mistakes, he scores to take the lead 1-0. Then just 2 minutes later, Cameron intercepts the pass off the kickoff and plays it up to Cabral, who gets his first professional assist, playing in Benson, who doubles our lead 2-0. But on the stroke of halftime, our young goalkeeper concedes his first goal on a screamer from outside the area to have our lead 2-1. And 12 minutes after the restart, Colchester plays it in with our defense letting us down again as we give up the equalizer 2-2. 11 minutes after that, I chased with Hyde, pulling him out of position, and they cut it back to score another, making it 3 unanswered goals, 3-2 bad guys. Just 3 minutes after that, our team leader Benson intercepted a pass in a dangerous area, and putting everything into his shot, he fired it past the keeper to tie it up 3-3. And in the 90th minute, after giving up 3 in a row and getting 1 back to equalize, Bernard ran down the right, crossing it to Coleman, whose header fell to Arnold, who coolly finished to retake the lead 4-3. And we win the game 4-3, completing the comeback and breaking our losing streak, which comes not a moment too soon, as I was about to rage and uninstall the game. The win sees us swap positions with Colchester in the league, and we move up to 17th as they drop to 19th. And despite playing them a week and a half ago and losing 2-1, we take on Grimsby Town in the reverse fixture, and this will be a tough match as they are mounting a serious title challenge. Despite having tired legs in the team, we take in the best 11 in the 4-4-2 formation. We fought hard through the first 85 minutes and kept it even, but Grimsby isolated Guest, and when he pressured the ball, they sent it back across for the easy finish and the lead 1-0. The one mistake proves to be our undoing as we lose 1-0, but I am honestly proud of how we played against a serious title challenger. Now guys, before we hop into the league table to take a look at that, this is our month, and I just wanted to show you it has been a rough month. I gotta be honest, playing these games and recording this episode has been pretty darn miserable. And oh man, the 4-4-2 I do think is giving us more security, and I'm enjoying it. We're gonna continue to use it and try and see if it can work. I really like how the two strikers link together. They play off each other really, really well, and the defensive security that we get from it seems to be better. Despite giving up 3 goals against Colchester, it really does seem to be better. We got to get some center backs. We got to find a goalkeeper. I know we have the new youth academy boy in at goalkeeper, and either he needs to develop fast or we need to get like $1 million valued youth academy prospect that's a goalkeeper to just really help us out, because our defense is struggling. Our offense is starting to come together, but this month has been tough. Now, before we do anything else, let's go take a look at the league table and see where these last 4 losses in the league and 1 win leave us. It sees us in 18th position, 6 points off the bottom of the table, which is Barrow. I don't even know. Our board objectives this season is to not finish in the bottom part of the league, and I'm not exactly sure what that means. I don't know if 18th is considered bottom part of the league, but I mean, it's bottom third of the league, and I really want to push for top half, which would be 12th or higher. And to get to 12th, we need to get 4 points. Stevenage are in 12th on 31 points. We're in 18th on 27. We're behind my head, but you can see our points over on the right. -15 goal differential, 27 points, and Stevenage are in 12th with 31 points. We are way out of the playoff positions, 36 points to those. That's 9 points ahead of us, and that's going to be tough to get to. We are halfway through the season. There's 24 teams in this league. We're actually 1 game over the halfway mark, but halfway through essentially, and we sit 18th, 27 points. We've given up so many goals. We can score some darn good goals. We have 36 goals scored, but man, we lose so much, and it is so frustrating. This to be expected. I talked about it in the beginning, the very first episode, how tough this series, this save, this season was going to be, and it is proving to be just that. We got to keep on chugging along, keep on getting scouting reports, and try and get some good guys into this team that can really start pushing us up this table and up the league pyramids in England. And now we got to get into the one bright part of this episode. Let's hop into it. Hinga Dinga Dargan. It's time for the scouting reports. Grab a drink, grab some popcorn. Let's check them out. Let's go. Miguel Ribeiro. Oh my goodness, a Brazilian, $650,000 value, and the best part about it is that he is 17 years old, so he can come into the first team immediately with high curve, agility, acceleration, free kick accuracy, and balance. I feel like he's going to be an attacking player more than a defensive player. Maybe a central midfielder that we could bring in and start using, which would be massive for this team. Super excited about that. Let's sign him up and check him out in just a moment. Another one, Bruno Silva, $450,000 value, left-footed, 5'9", and again, looks like a defender, but we'll just have to wait and see. We've signed a couple wingbacks, as you guys have already seen, that we've moved to different positions, so we're going to sign out Bruno Silva, but at $450,000 value, he is coming into this team. Klieber Castro here, 5'7", 17 years old. He's $230,000 value, but he has potential of 73 to 94, so we are going to sign him, and again, just give him a look, see what we want to do with him, and he could be a player for this team. And here we go, Cody Morris, $475,000 value, 5'8", looks like maybe a center forward or a central midfielder. Again, we'll have to wait and see, but he's an American, $475,000 value with 74 to 94 potential, so he is coming into the team, into the youth academy. We'll take a look at him in just a moment. Here is a look at the new boys, starting off with Bruno Silva, left wing back, 56 overall, 67 to 91 potential. Again, another physically strong player, 66 physicals, 62 pace, 54 defending. He really is a defender. We're moving him to left back, and we are going to call him up to the senior team to be our backup left back, which means we're going to be looking to try and sell Lawrence, the 28-year-old left back, again, just to get some money in, see if we can get a better scout for France. Because in that scouting report right there, we just signed, what was it, three Brazilians. Sorry, my mouse is in the way. 3 Brazilians, and so just getting that scout is bringing in so many players. Up next is Miguel Ribeiro, and he is a central midfielder through and through. I'm putting him on ball-winning midfielder. He's a 58 overall. He comes in to be a part of our first team squad immediately, which I'm very, very excited about. We're going to be promoting him to the senior team to start off immediately. Then we have Cody Morris, 15 years old, 53 overall, 74 to 94 potential, and he's kind of an interesting one. Defending isn't great, pace isn't great, dribbling and passing are okay. He's again interesting. 5'8". It's going to take too long to make him a center forward or a striker. We're moving him to center midfielder. He's 15. He's going to be down here anyways, and I think it's his best move, going to center mid. We'll have to wait and see. Again, we can't bring him up anyways, so he's going to complete center mid move in 19 weeks, and then we'll start developing some of the other attributes for him. Then we have Klieber Castro out of Brazil as well, another winger. We're keeping him at right mid for right now. He is right-footed, so he'll probably play on the left, but we're training him as a wide playmaker because his passing is 39. Other than his pace, which is decent, he really doesn't have any standout attributes other than maybe his physicals, which aren't too shabby. But again, 5'7", not really a striker. Again, another one that I'm just not sure of. The good news is we're getting these guys in, so we have the depth, and we'll be able to start selling some of the ones that we don't need as we continue to progress. Baumgartner's still down here, 51 overall. He is progressing, but another one that I'm not sure is ever really going to make it with his terrible potential. Colin White's potential is now 79 to 94. And again, he might be the future at goalkeeper for us. If we ruin Peter Harris, who's in the first team right now, if by the end of this season and the start of next season, he's pretty much just ruined, we might just go with Colin White, bring him up, get him the game time, and see if we can get something going. Colin White, I think, has better reflexes than Peter Harris, maybe. I'm not sure, but doesn't matter. This is our youth academy. These boys are staying down here to continue to develop. Klieber Castro is not going to get game time at a 47 overall, so again, keep him here, and we'll check in with these guys in a month when we get into the next scouting report. Here's a quick look at the new boys in the team. Silva comes on to be our bench wingback, which means that Andrade falls down to the reserves. We may take a look at Andrade's training to see if maybe we're going to switch him somewhere else now that we have a couple good wingbacks. I don't really know where else he could play, maybe as a winger, maybe center midfielder. He's got 5-star skill moves, which I really enjoy. He's a little slow. I'm not sure. We'll take a look at him in a little bit just to see if he can move somewhere else. We then have Ribeiro, who comes in on the bench, replacing Barker, moving Conway to be our center back / center defensive mid substitute. He's short for a center back at 5'7", but he's played there and done a decent job. Ribeiro can come on and play center mid along with Anderson. And those are our new boys. No one coming into the starting 11. There's an argument that maybe Ribeiro could come in and replace Ambrose, but Ambrose is really good. I'm enjoying using him. He gets into great positions. He's really a creative force in the midfield. And Ribeiro is not far behind him, but I'm going to go with my gut, and right now my gut is telling me stick with Ambrose, so that's what we're going to do for the time being. In terms of Silva, he could replace Bennett, but again, Bennett's young and doing well. Silva's pace being 62 makes me a little nervous, and he will be a late game player that we bring on. Acceleration's 56, sprint speed 66 is not the best, but coming on late, he could shore up the defense potentially. Those are our new boys, and not as exciting as last episode, but still, we're getting guys into the first team and into the rotational aspects of this team. Guest has gone up to a 60. Who else has gone up? Anderson's up to a 60. Hyde's up to a 65. Cameron's hit 55. Ambrose is still at a 56. Bernard's gone up already to a 53. And I don't think Cabral has gone up. But that's our team. Now, let's... or maybe you might see it. I'm gonna go take a look at some of the training things, and if I change anything, I'll let you know. But if not, we're gonna be getting into the episode. So let's see what happens. Either we're gonna be talking about training, or it's gonna be into the episode. I'll see you in a sec. So we aren't switching any of the training. I just went through everybody and took a quick look. Andrade is still going to be switching to a defensive position. I forgot that I'm moving into center back, because when he is positioned at center back, he goes up +4 compared to +2 at wing back. So I'm putting him at center back. I'm hoping that when he switches there, he goes to a 50 overall rather than the 46, at which point then I will switch him to be a wing back again. But that is what we're doing. In other news, the only potential status in our team is Tristan Anderson, showing great potential. Again, we've talked about, is dynamic potential broken? It's been talked all over, or it's been talked about all over YouTube, and it still remains yet to be seen. But again, that's the whole essence of this save. It's gonna make this save even harder, and considering that Tristan Anderson is the only player showing great potential, which is mid-80s, mid to low 80s, that is, it's gonna be tough. Again, it might just start when we start doing well, that some of their potential will go up a little bit. But again, I've seen a lot of videos of where that's not happening. So we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, if we really need to change the rules of the save to 1 transfer, 1 free agent signing a season or something like that, then we'll do that. But for now, this is what we're rolling with. So we're going to keep going. But something to keep in mind, that the only potential status in the team is Tristan Anderson at right back. If you have enjoyed that, leave a thumbs up on the video. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. If you like seeing me get frustrated and get my butt kicked, this is the place to be. You're going to see a lot of that. I'm not an expert at any game. I just love games, and I'm trying to make great content for you. Pretty soon, I'm going to be releasing some gameplay of me playing Overwatch 2 and trying to climb in ranked in Overwatch 2. And again, I'm not an expert. It's going to be bad gameplay. It's going to be funny moments, sad moments, happy moments, so go check that out when we start releasing those videos. But man, what an episode. Very challenging, and again, I think this is how this entire save is going to be. Very challenging, but I am enjoying this team's journey through the Crucible. Until next time, Efour out.